Well, hello there. I am looking for my controller. Anyways, thanks for joining me today. I am here, and the whole point of today is essentially starting a new profile where I try to use all the tricks that I have learned along the way. I have been playing Dreamlight Valley. Um, a little bit after it came out on beta, I want to say. And essentially, since then, of course, new updates and such. So I am taking the game for what it is now and just trying to get through it to level up to a point where my daughter doesn't have to be using my game anymore, if I'm being honest with you. So we are going to dive in here and get started here in a little bit. Let's make sure that I'm on the right profile. First and foremost, I'm actually going to visit my main profile. And we're just going to kind of like sort through real quick and see what's new in the valley. So for example, if you are new to the Dreamlight Valley crew and fam, every Wednesday is when we have our, I guess, weekly update. So we have, hi Vanessa, how are you? Oh my god, thanks for joining me today. Hi Crystal. Oh, it's so nice to see you guys here in the chat. I don't have my camera up right now. I had my hair in my towel and I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and like do no screen for right now. But if you for some reason miss my face, let me know. I'll always like make an exception for you guys. But if you're new to the valley, Wednesdays is when basically we do a whole kind of like refresh. And by that, I mean we have new themes for our uh, dream snaps, which we'll get into in a little bit. I've missed you too, Crystal. You don't understand. I seriously, and I'm pretty sure if Vanessa is still here, she might be there with me. But like, I've seriously given up on the other platform. I don't know. Things are not that great over there right now. So, but I won't lie. I streamed on here last week. You're doing good? Yeah, I seriously started giving up on that channel over there. And I don't know. I've had people tell me, don't give up. You know, if you're having all this trouble, that means that you're just doing something good and they're just testing you. Well, if I'm being honest with you, I don't have the time to be tested. Like, I have 2 kids and I have a lot of other stuff that I could be doing at the same time. Like, even my content, I feel like has suffered in a little bit because of the mood I've been in. But I'll be honest with you. So far, I have liked streaming on this platform, and I don't think I'm gonna switch that up for anytime soon. I'm still trying to work out my schedule because I have a little bit of travel coming up. So it is kind of like a weird time right now, if I'm being honest with you. But nevertheless, I am hoping that I will get that schedule down. But as of right now, if you take a look at my channel, you'll see that I'm basically scheduled. I worked out every single one of my Wednesday lives from here on forward, at least until the end of the year. So I'm like super excited for that. Let's see. But anyways, like I was saying, in this channel here, you're going to see. That's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yes, I am. I don't know if Vanessa has started streaming on this platform, but quite honestly, like, I won't lie. I don't really have that many people kind of like viewing yet or anything, but I'm really okay with that. That's why I also decided that for this stream, Like right now, I'm just gonna go over the new stuff that is here for the week. But I've kind of been able to have a little bit more clarity as to what I want to do with my lives. And for this one, for example, um, I could tell you that I'm actually going to be going live at 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern time to kind of do an update of what's going on and try to get like first dibs of like everything that we see here. And I'm gonna try. What's funny is that I'm gonna try to do my first pick for my dream snaps like halfway asleep, and then come back later that day to see whether I did a good job or not. And I'm planning to start that next week. So if you guys are up at like wee hours in the morning and you happen to see that I'm live at 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, just know that I'm trying to like make my like dream snap, at least the first one, to see like, okay, how much consciousness do I really have at that time? Ooh, let's see what we got here. So if you're new to Dreamlight Valley, one of my favorite things to do, the first thing I do when it's Wednesday, is I come over here to our shop. So these are moonstones over here. And if you don't know what moonstones are, that's the in-game currency, like the actual money for money. And these are all different aesthetics that you can get for real life money. But what I love about Dreamlight, which I'm pretty sure they do in other games too, is you have other ways that you can get Dreamlight. And you know, as you're gonna see when I jump into the profile for my daughter, you don't have that ability right away, but once you do, you definitely need to take advantage of them. And one of the things that you can do is vote for your dream snaps of the previous week. You get 50 moonstones, and then if you do dream snaps and you actually put an effort into it, you could get I think medium tier is like 4,000 moonstones. That's still not bad. I don't know what first plate, like the top three get, but I don't think I'm ever gonna find that out. Like I said before, what I like about YouTube is the rewatchability. I know, I love that too. I won't lie. On the back end, I'm still trying to like discover a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that I kind of have to like take a day and kind of understand, what does this mean, what does that mean. But I kind of like the whole fact that I can see my screen on here. Like I'm using OBS Studio because it's the fastest one I can use. But I like how it's so much more easier to use than the TT Studio. I actually got my first warning on it. I don't have the patience to be tested, and I think I'm doing like test streams maybe on here eventually. You should. Honestly, I started doing that, and even like I told you, I would go live and 5 minutes later it would push me out, and not in the good way. So therefore I was just over it, if I'm being honest with you. And mentally, I kind of am not in the best place right now. Um, Full disclosure, you guys, I feel like I've known you for a while now. And you guys are great. I had a panic attack. It was kind of silly now that I think about it, but you know, when it's mental health, you always want to just kind of clear your mind on that. But I had a panic attack on Saturday, and since Saturday, I've just been kind of like out of it. And just thinking about going live on that platform, I was like, I don't know. Like I don't know. I know that any little thing is going to trigger me right now, and I'm like, no, I might as well just move forward and just stick to it. Like if I'm going to make the change, I might as well just stay here. And so far, you know, even if I don't have like a large crew kind of popping in and whatever, you know, I don't mind because I have been able to kind of re love this game in the way that I'm playing it right now. Like right now, I'm playing off of my profile just because I wanted to see what was in the shop, and see what the theme is for the Dream Snap. But once we go over to my daughter's profile, you're gonna see. But like I have started loving this game a little bit more, especially because being an avid player and then kind of coming back. Oh, this is cool. These are just decorations, right? They don't do anything special. They're on special. Interesting. Oh, this is cute. But being an avid player and playing for as long as I have, oh no, banish all the negative things and thoughts. Oh, thank you. Send good vibes my way, Vanessa. I truly appreciate it. Um, but I'm relearning the game differently because, of course, when you've played for as long as I have, which is a little bit after beta, like before the first, not even, like I played before Eternity Isle was even announced, realistically speaking. And playing that, I don't have this one. I'm actually shocked I don't have this one. I thought I had it. Anyways, um, essentially being able to re ooh, that's cute. I like this one and this one. I don't know which one I like more though. I kind of like the colors on this one. Sending great thoughts and prayers. Thank you, Crystal. Um, but being able to sit here and kind of like include and put into action some of the things that I have been able to suggest to other players that have just started. It's so nice because I get to see the changes and what people see coming in as a new player, and I love that. I love it because I get to see the progress that there has been in this game. And that's essentially what I'm doing, especially when it comes to that profile. Let's see. I want to see what the current challenge is. Dreamlight Knights. It's time to raise a hero of old. Whether you're a gallant knight or elegant lady, dress for courtly tales and legendary quests. Okay. What I do wonder is these pictures here, like, are they from past Dream Snaps that have a similar vibe, or are these like things that they created? I would think that these are stuff that they created. And if so, look at how many selfies are here. Okay? I don't want to get slack from you guys telling me that no selfies if I see that they can, like, if these selfies are here. I'm just saying. Can you use Meld Studio on your just YouTube? Yeah. That I know of, yes. The only thing is, if I'm being honest with you, I kind of messed up my Meld Studio and I haven't gone back to like fix it. Because on Meld Studio, what I like about it is that you can record and you can stream with the ability of it being landscape and portrait at the same time. But I was trying to see how to get rid of the portrait side for a little bit because I kind of needed to see. And it didn't quite work out. So I haven't gone back to like check it. But like I could tell you right now, I'm using OBS Studio on it. But you can use Meld on here. I know that for a fact. And if you do decide to stick with TT, unfortunately, you have to qualify. So you could do the application process with them um, through Meld to get a stream key from them. But if they don't approve you, they won't approve you. And I think a lot of it has to do with your violations. And because supposedly, based off of what I understand, the reason why it didn't qualify me to be able to get a stream key through Meld is because of the violations that I have. Okay, let me see here. So we're gonna switch over games. I get to show you guys this nice little one. Can you repeat that? I missed that. Which part? Like just the Meld in general? Meld, you can. It's kind of like using like OBS. It's going to ask you for like the stream key for the places that you want to stream. And you can use it with YouTube. However, what I like the difference between oh, hold on. Oh, I don't think you guys see that. Okay. Hopefully not. We'll see. I'm like, we'll see about that. We're just going to put this over here just in case. Big ol' screen. You can actually use, what's it called? Meld Studio with TT. However, I will tell you that if you're planning on using Meld Studio to stream on TT, um, you can technically like they could apply for a stream key for you under their name, and you go through the whole process with them. But if I'm being very honest with you, if you have violations like I do, it's not going to approve you, because even if you still have the qualifying amount of, if you still have the qualifying even if you're in good standing with them, it looks like if you have any type of violation with them, they're not going to let you get a stream key with them. That's one of the things that it irritates me of that platform, because unfortunately, like, as a streamer, you want to be able to like connect all your communities together, and you're unfortunately not able to do that through that. Like, no, even Meld, I thought Meld was going to be the key, and it was not. But yes, you could use Meld on here. Especially if you decide to do the purple app, you can dual stream using Meld. I can tell you right now, I am the start path is now available. Oh, I didn't think I unlocked this. Okay, so once again, this is my daughter's profile. I restarted it. So I didn't think I had the ability to do the star path. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a lot of the stuff on here because unfortunately, it's 32 days, but I don't have that much stuff unlocked. I could probably do some stuff. We'll see what we can do. I think probably some stuff is going to be okay. But you can use, I'm using OBS only because I messed up. What I like about Meld is that it gives you the option to be able to dual stream, but not only dual stream like different platforms, but also stream either horizontally and vertically at the same time, or not. Oh, I already have stuff to unlock. Nice. So that is one thing that I would probably say that I like of Meld Studio versus using just Streamlabs or OBS. I haven't actually taken a look into multi casting on Streamlabs, but I do think that Meld is a little bit more user friendly. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so here, if you are new to Dreamlight Valley, this is the star path. This is one way that you could essentially get more moonstones for that nice little shop that you see over here. And it looks like we can get stuff. Don't forget to do your dailies. Your dailies are usually moonstones. I actually have not seen it be anything else. Is there no daily? Interesting. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know if this happens to you guys when you guys are playing, but every single time I make it all the way down to the moonstones, it's like deciding whether it's going to let me like do anything there or not. It's like, I know you're not supposed to spend money, so therefore I'm not going to let you see what's going on here. That's how I feel like it's doing it. You know, I am so tempted to get stuff through her profile, seeing as how she has moonstones there. But I am not going to touch those. I am going to avoid touching those for the longest time. Like, if I could collect them for her, I want her to decide what she's going to do with them. I know I'm going to hate whatever she decides to do, though. Because, like, the way that she unlocked everything originally, I was like, nah. That is not effective, my child. But anyways, if you are new to Dreamlight Valley, this is what I have so far. And so far, my mission has been to get all of my tools. So when we talk about tools, we have our pickaxe, fishing rod, shovel, and our watering can. So you have to remember that these items here, you're going to be leveling up, but just like you do with your characters. Now, one of the things that I have to tell you is, first and foremost, make sure to befriend everyone you see as fast as you can. This is one thing that I can tell you, that during my first playthrough on my profile, I did not know. I did not know that I can befriend them, believe it or not. That took me a while. Like, that took me a while, and I did not know. Output of curiosity. How did you make that cute pic of you in the left corner of your gameplay? Oh, so I have this artist that I met through Instagram. Olia Art. Oldelia Art. Okay. I think I could possibly put her in the chat. And she has done my commissions for everything. So this one is actually part of, and I'll kind of like prepare it in a like a little slide for you guys next time. Um, that this one is actually part of, if you've been part of my my streams where my husband chooses a game for me, and it's a blind date game. You probably seen the other other part to this one. So I edited so that it's just me, and it looks like, oh my god, it's Dreamlight Valley, you guys. But it's actually a picture that it's me and him holding hands. But I found this artist, probably, I think she's been doing commissions for me for the last almost 10 years. I found her on Instagram one year because I was doing a fundraiser, and that fundraiser, I had a certain vision in mind. I did it for my postgraduates program, um, and for that postgraduates program, I had to put on an event, and I chose to do a fundraising event. And I had in mind exactly what I wanted to do, as far as how I was going to publicize like my fundraiser. And I had a whole website for it and everything. And essentially I went to her. I asked her if she would be able to make some commissions for me for that. Um I saw her art, like just like looking up people who did animations, and I fell in love with what she did. However, the commissions that she basically prepared for me for that fundraiser, later on, I didn't end up using those. I went with another artist because I was like, okay, this is not quite the aesthetic I want for that website. But basically, I fell in love with her art, that I was like, this person is going to be doing everything that I want to like hang up in my like use for my personal life. And so my invitations for my wedding were CD cases. Like, my husband and I did a whole soundtrack of our, guess you could say, relationship. It has a bunch of different songs that just kind of like have meaning to us and kind of give like a definition and song form of our relationship. And the cover art and the art that I used in our invitation, which was a CD cover, um, I basically came to her and was like, hey, can you actually create this for me? And then from there, before that, actually, I also came to her because my daughter, we had our daughter during COVID. We got married after COVID. So we basically pushed the wedding and everything. And when she was born and we were celebrating her first year birthday, I was like, I want to post about my daughter, because she was kind of like a surprise to everybody. Nobody knew I was pregnant until like I was like 4 5 months pregnant. And then on top of that, um, a lot of the people who were friends and stuff didn't know she existed until she was born. So we kind of surprised launch baby during COVID. And we weren't like, she was home when we got locked down. And the way that I basically announced to everybody that she was born was at her first month birthday, being like, "Oh yeah, so I've been working on this project, and this is my daughter, everyone." And and from there, the way that I posted about her, it was essentially a picture of her first, like the animation that I had this Odelia Art make for me. And then from there, it was history, because then she's basically created everything from there, like from there. So she's done the commission of my kids. This part right here that you see on the corner is actually part of a series of pictures, and they're all family portraits. So going up the stairs in my house, I start off with just my husband and me. Then from there, we have the next one is my husband, me, with our dog Montego, who unfortunately passed away this summer. And then the next one after that, as you keep going up the stairs, the next one after that is the three of us with Mercedes, who was the next person to join our family. And then you keep going up, and then you have the one that has my daughter. And recently, right now, I asked her if she could do another commission for me, and it was adding my son to it. So it's been a thing that she knows. She kind of already has saved like that file, because she knows that I'm probably gonna come up to her and ask her for another one. And then she did all the animations for my wedding. The one that has my daughter in it, there's one in specific, one version that is actually the version that I use for our Christmas cards. You know, that little return to address sticker on the top? So you basically see us as a family in the corner right there. And so, yeah, and then from there, whenever I do anything that has like me in it, like I haven't asked her for a commission of just me, believe it or not. I usually find whichever one she made, and then I just kind of make my own out of it. Like I crop whoever else is there out. It was kind of funny because my husband saw that I added it, and he was like, "Of course." And then he was like, "Wait, isn't that the one where I'm there with you?" And he was like, "Well, that goes to show you that I'm like not there." So yeah, I love her. I'll look her up and I'll send it your way, and just let her know that Yoya sent you. I found her through Instagram, and her art is this style, and she's done different commissions, and I think right now she's working on doing videos and stuff. So she's actually like dedicated to her art, and I love that. Trust me, AI, like I could even tell you that I've tried cartooning myself using AI, like filters and stuff, and then also entering like my photo into the AI and see what it comes out. AI hates me, okay? If I wanted to have an avatar that looked like me, it would look like me, but a very weird version of me. I think one of these days I'm going to post all the different ones that I have saved over the years that I have prompted AI to do, because I do not like them. Like, either my forehead's too big, or like it really makes me question what other people see when they see me, because what AI generates is not necessarily my idea of, hey, I could use this. And it makes me so sad because my husband, for example, he has been able to get AI generated portraits of himself, like the ones that you see people post of, oh, I'm a Jedi, or I'm this, or I'm that, and I can't do that. Let's see, what did I grab here that I can't grab? Let's see. Who's this for? Merlin? I could give it to Merlin. Okay, so if you're new to Dreamlight Valley, one thing I do suggest is making sure to take advantage of those gifts when you see them pop up. You have to level up your characters to level 2 before you could start gifting items to them. And that is definitely one of those things that I would take advantage of. So when you see these items like this sticking out with the shiny, definitely grab them. If you don't have it as a list of stuff that you need to grab right away, that could mean that you have another character coming. So essentially, that doorknob, if you take a look at it, it has a little star on it. And if you were to look up, one of my favorite resources is Dreamlight Valley Wiki. And one of these days, we'll just kind of like sort through there and let's see what else I find. But that is one of my favorite resources to use. And if you were to go in there and just search up Golden Doorknob, it's going to tell you that this is basically the start of how you could get Maribel from Encanto into your valley. So you want to kind of keep an eye out for that. Now, if you joined me last week, you know that the whole point of this gameplay is to essentially try to get as optimized as possible, especially when you first start. Girl, have you seen the app? The official app, I actually have not. I've gotten so used to using Dreamlight Wiki that I haven't downloaded the app. But I do know that there's an app. I just haven't explored it yet. But what I don't understand is I don't understand if it's an official one or if it's like user used one, because sometimes when I look it up, I have one that pops up that apparently it's a Google sheet. And I'm like, okay, I tend to be kind of organized, but I'm not that organized. So why are you giving me a Google sheet for this? It's like not what I want to do right now. I gotta try that. What? Try which one? The Dreamlight Valley app? You haven't tried it yet? So what I will say is that you just want to make sure that you have one of those resources for you. I don't think it's an official one. Okay, so it might be the one that my husband showed me. I know that the one that he tried downloading for me today looked like it was a Google, like it was like a user-based one. And then I know that I clicked on one once and it took me to an Etsy shop. So I was like, I don't know how much this is. I gotta try the Disney Wiki. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna even put it in the chat for you so that you can find it. Hold on. This one is definitely one of my favorite. Disney Dreamlight Valley Wiki. This is my favorite resource. And when I'm really having a lot of trouble, I'll sometimes use Gamer Rants or I'll use IGN for the video sake. But Dreamlight Wiki, what I love about it is that it has a very easy search engine. Just go straight to the search engine. If you log in, you could actually log in and create an account, and it could also do history. So if you forget what a recipe is, or if you're working on maybe it will help me with the Lost in the Dark Grove. Which one's that one? I don't think Lost in the Dark Grove. What are you working on right now? That sounds familiar, but I'm not quite sure who it might be. That's what I'm like so excited about this, because I'm rediscovering some of the chats that I have. Because like I said, when my daughter just started kind of like fumbling around with the keys, I missed out on some of the storyline. I tend to come here if I'm looking for something. Yeah, this is my favorite resource. The one with Kristoff. Yeah, I kind of figured. Lost. Because of the Lost in the Woods thing. Yeah. I love that song. It's Kristoff's quest. Yeah. What are you stuck on? Maybe I kind of remember what to do. It's been a while. I think I finished all the storyline with him. But Dreamlight Wiki is definitely one of my favorites. Favorite resources, and it's usually the number one I recommend to other people. But if you need visual cues and stuff, like actual video play, IGN is usually the best one, but I always run into Gamer Rants first. It makes me mad where you have to follow the feather. Oh, where it glows. Oh. Oh, wow. I don't remember that. You know what I'm going to laugh about, though? If maybe I end up, like, getting him. Because I know that he's part of the main game. Like, if I remember correctly, Kristoff, you get here, right? Like, you don't have to go through any portal or anything. So I wonder. Oh, I don't have that section like opened up yet, so I can't go over there and see if I could possibly like do this gameplay for you right now. I'm sorry, you guys. My son came back with like a cold, and I'm the worst when it comes to getting sick because a cough will stay forever. So I do apologize. Where it glows. I'm trying to think if I remember. Hold on. So I'm gonna take advantage and show you this real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna show you why I love this so much. Window capture. So this is Dreamlight Wiki. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see my other window, but if you guys have not seen, like, let me show you guys. This is like the new anime I'm like into. Okay. I am in love with this show right now. And if you love anime and you watch it like I do novellas, like it is cute and awesome and it'll crack you up. You want me to tell you more about it? I will tell you more about it. But other than that, I will just keep it at that and just feel like watch it and let me know what you think. But over here, let's go over here and kind of like explore this a bit. So this is going to be your Dreamlight Wiki. I don't want the ad. I was trying to get rid of it. Okay. So this is going to be like the home page, right? And you could essentially just go through, and what I love about it, and I sometimes do, yes, then the portal thing opens and there's a feather for you to follow because Donald is stuck there. Yes, I remember that. I have 4 houses in my recommendations. Watch what? Oh, you didn't see that one? Hold on. This one right here. This is the anime that I'm watching right now. I go through animes like I change underwear, you guys. Like every single day, I feel like I binge one and I'm off to the next one. Not Yoya probably getting... I'll get you into like something new. You're gonna be obsessed. If you have not already, okay, get your Crunchyroll. This is gonna be your next best like way of streaming TV, okay? Get your Crunchyroll, and one of the ones that you have to watch, I don't care what other people say. I know that I'm going to have a lot of people agreeing with me, but Apothecary Diaries is one of my favorites, and I'm so mad that I have to wait so long for a next season. But that is definitely one. Unfortunately, I do not read the manga. I only watch the animes, but I kind of prefer it that way because I don't want anything spoiled. I am more than sure my sister has that website account. Yeah, if she does, give it a look-see, okay? This should be the first one you watch, and it's going to get you hooked on, like, my novella type animes, okay? All right, so this is Dreamlight Wiki. I love it because either you can go through and you could even see the latest updates, okay? They are so on top of it, they will upload this right away. Like, I don't know who is the person responsible for this. If it's, it says anyone can edit it. So, I don't know how, like, who says, hey, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this is up here. But I love that they get on top of it. But what I love about it, though, is that you could either go based off of whatever category you see here, okay? Universes, activities, locations. Anything you could think of, it could be sorted here, okay? Available villagers. If you go on here and, like, say, for example, you go and click on Kristoff, it's going to tell you his history, too. Like, a little bit of his history of where he's coming from. So if you don't know what movie he's coming from, I find that super cute. My first anime was still Sailor Moon. That I have seen the old for the first version and the newest version too. Have you seen Sailor Moon Crystal, which is the new version, like the shortened up version? Oh, cool. Got to go to that website. I put it up in the chat for you, so it should be easy for you to find it there. Um, do they have stuff for the DLCs? They do. They have stuff for the DLCs. You ask it something, okay? Storybook. You could go here. Oh, not quite exactly what I thought was gonna happen. That's not what I wanted it to happen. All right, so let's say Veil. Probably that's why. Let's see if that goes anywhere. Storybook Veil. Somebody uploaded stuff. And then from here, you could basically go into the biomes, unlocking, trials, trial mechanics. And if you go to trials, for example, it'll tell you which ones. Okay. If you don't have this DLC, trials are essentially what you have to go through to unlock some of the characters in this DLC. They're puzzles. I freaking like this one was my favorite DLC so far. Like I prefer this one over Eternity Isle only because storyline wise the puzzles are amazing. I know that with Eternity Isle they were trying to do the puzzles, especially when it came to like Jafar and stuff. But the whole fact that they leaned into that for this one makes me so excited to see what they do with Blossom. I watched Sailor Moon Crystal when it first came out to stream. Then I felt like forever to wait. Oh, I know. I hate that waiting period. I really do. I hate that waiting period. And that's how I feel about Apothecary Diaries because I was able to binge it at, like, I didn't start watching it until season 2 was somewhat dubbed. So that's another thing too. Like usually when I'm watching my anime, I watch it like I'm doing that plus I'm doing something else on the side, right? And one thing that I have to say is that one thing that I totally hate about having Crunchyroll is that I have access to that anime, but unfortunately, I have access to the subtitled and I don't have the patience to read because I get so upset with myself that I don't read fast enough. And so now I have to rewind and rewatch the same thing over and over just to know what's going on. So if I don't have the time to sit down and actually watch it and see what's going on by context clues. Like all of my anime has to be dubbed, unfortunately. But I will watch subtitled one, but I just need to make sure that I'm not doing anything else. But with Sailor Moon, oh trust me, I was like day 1 watching Crystal and then day 2 watching the first movie and then the same thing with the last movie. Uh my like I have a ritual, okay you guys? Like when my daughter was born, I watched every single episode of Pokemon. Like every single one up until the point that there was nothing else to watch. With my son, I went ahead and I watched every single episode as well. I watch Pokemon religiously every single episode. Okay? Like I will reignite my Amazon account for Prime Video just so that I could see the episodes I cannot see anywhere else except for the Pokemon channel on that app. And I will rewatch everything religiously at least once a year when it comes to Pokemon. And then I'll watch whatever is new. So like I'll rewatch everything and then lead up to like whatever is new. I have a problem, you guys. And I'll do that with all of the animes that I love. So, you know how many times I've seen Apothecary Diaries and I just started watching it like earlier this year? I've already seen that whole, like, everything that's available to me like 3 times. And Sailor Moon, don't even get me started, okay? I haven't rewatched the original in a while because I definitely prefer Crystal better. I like the storytelling in Crystal. It's a little bit more to the point and a little bit more complete. Um, but when I find like certain animes, like I could show you my whole history on this. Like I have like so many that I just fell in love with. But this one right now is definitely my favorite. Like, I know this one, once I finish watching it, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go back and rewatch it again to see if I missed anything. Because usually I'm doing other stuff at the same time. So, anyways, if in case you missed it, Dreamlight Wiki, dreamlightvalleywiki.com is one of the best resources because it seriously has everything here. You'll have stills, and then from there, if you really need help, I usually just go to Gamer Rants. But like, you could go over here, right? Points of interest, and you could just click on one of the items here. So be Screenhouse, and it'll go straight to that and tell you exactly what you need to know about that item. So like, for example, right now that I'm doing my daughter's playthrough and redoing this whole thing, I went the Sailor Moon Super Live North America tour. Really? Which was in Japanese. And during the show, my family member asked me, "Do you understand what they're saying?" I told them, yes. Oh my god. Did they ask you to translate? Please tell me they told you to translate. That is hilarious. Now I have to ask, did you really know what they were saying? I feel like I know the answer to that, but I still have to ask. That is hilarious. I love that. But especially when it comes to this playthrough that I'm doing, if I were an actual new player and I didn't know how to do certain things, this is the best way to go there, because if I know that I'm going to have certain resources available, like this greenhouse, I know that I'm going to need flowers for uh a lot of different what's it called? Like the number one stall that I would probably say you need is your resources stall. So you want to level up and get that from Kristoff as soon as you can. So therefore, I would come over here and actually, go through and see what I need to do to be able to get that stall open. Let's see, where is it? Right here, Kristoff stall. So I would actually go here and read through all of this, right? So that I know exactly what I need to do to be able to unlock it. So for example, unlock quest. This is going to tell me exactly which one I need to do. Have you done this part, Crystal? It was the Dark Kingdom arc. If you watch Sailor Moon over and over already. Yeah. Yeah, when it comes to the original especially, it was so hard for me to get through the last two seasons because it's just in Japanese. They never dubbed it. At least I don't think they ever did. But I tried, I definitely know what you mean. That is hilarious, though. You kind of knew what they were talking about, though, right? Like, you just got context clues of what they were, like, kind of doing if you couldn't read, like, fast enough. I know I personally can't. It makes me laugh because when I watch a new anime with my husband, like, we'll watch, like, action ones together. And if he watches it in Japanese because he doesn't want to miss an episode or get it spoiled or whatever, I really don't care. So we're like two different parts of the peas in the pod there. Um, I will, I will wait. I will let them spoil it for me if it means that I could, experience it dubbed. He won't do that. And what I hate the most is that, like, when I'm watching with him, I can't pause and read what it says. That's how slow I read when it comes to, like, screens. On top of that, I don't have the best vision too, so I kind of blame the whole fact that I sometimes don't even use my glasses. But let's go over here. So one of the things I can tell you especially is you always want to make sure that you are collecting all your Dreamlight as best as possible, because Dreamlight is going to be your best friend for all of this stuff. All of your stalls are going to be somebody who's within these bounds. So my recommendation is always go ahead and unlock this stuff first. Um, Story sequence wise, there is a pattern as to how you're supposed to unlock everything. But try your best to not unlock anybody here in the castle until you get these resources. Because sometimes when you get the people in the castle, you still need to have these things open before you could proceed. And that's what kind of messed up her first gameplay for my daughter. I'm just now on it. Oh, yay! You're using it. Hey, Dreamlight Wiki. Sponsorship over here. I should be your official caster. No, I'm joking. Now we're talking about official caster. The other day we were talking about how I should work for Gameloft. Who knows? Maybe we put it in the universe enough times. Maybe it might happen. Anyways, one thing I do always tell somebody who is playing for the first time is try to unlock all of your map first before you start using your Dreamlight to unlock people in the castle. So, but like I said before, what I really love about doing this is that I'm like experiencing this. And there's things that I feel like I missed the first time around. Yes, my tip was to unlock the Forgotten Lands with the pumpkins. Yes. You know, if you are able to visit other people, that's probably one of the ones that I would probably shoot for. The first and foremost is trying to find how you can unlock Vanellope, which I actually do not remember how to do that. But if you are able to unlock her and essentially start going to other people's valleys, that is definitely one of your best resources too, because then you could even go to other people's valleys. You don't necessarily have to have the biome unlocked on your end to be able to get seeds. So like say for example, Crystal, you don't have certain like all of your map, right? And you're like, "Hey, yo, yeah, can I come over to your valley?" I would be like, "Yeah, what do you need?" If you told me just she's in the castle. She is. Hold on. Do you have to like be a certain level or something? Am I gonna be able to get Vanellope? Like I would totally like cheat the system and end up like going to my other valley and like collecting all the stuff I need. Let's see. I don't think I checked that out last time. No, one more. If I remember correctly, it was around here, right? Is she just standing here? Or do I find something? Yeah, I don't think I have it unlocked yet. I might have to be a certain level. You know what? Why don't we ask Wiki? Let's see. Um, she would be glitching there. Okay. Let's see. I do wonder. Makes me wonder if you have to be at a certain level. Let's see. What does it say here? It says she is unlocked by completing the Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust. Oh, so I have to get this one first. Which one's this one with? This is directly with her. Let's see. That's her schedule. I wonder if they updated that, because I do know that some of those things changed. Oh, it's the first one. Okay. Character dialogue. Huh. I unlocked all of my biomes first, then I was stuck between Forgotten and Frosted. And I chose Forgotten Lands to unlock the yeah. Yeah, because I think if you would have done Frosted, I think what is kind of like lucrative there would be the cherries, but it doesn't compare to the pumpkins and the money you can make there. Yes, and I think that is one of the The one that unlocks Dream Snaps think. Wait, that one too? I guess that would kind of make sense because that's basically this was Dream Snaps and Vanellope was like the start of um it was the start of multiplayer for this game. It's so crazy to think that it's not that old. I don't know. I have to check to see what I have to do because if I remember correctly, I do remember that it was right here and I think it was on this side where you see her glitching. But yeah, I would recommend that if you have the possibility and you see her glitching around here, you definitely like reach out and you try to get her over to your valley. That's going to be a great resource only because that will allow you to go to other people's valleys. And like I said, if even if you don't have all your biomes unlocked, you could then talk to her, like talk to your people, and they could give you those seeds, and then you could like basically plant everything and have that available. Yeah, I do the same thing. Yes, it was there to start multiplayer. Yeah. I can't believe I don't even remember when was the like when did that happen? I know I don't have enough. Don't remind me. However, right now that I have you here, he was kind of stuck there for a second. I want you to come with me cuz I need to level you up. Um So you're gonna need as a new player Merlin for everything. So just make sure you have him leveled up and you do all your quests with him because he basically runs the show. Even if you think you're running the show, you're not. Merlin is. Oh, hello. Oh, this is for the golden knob. I don't think I want to unlock her yet. This is when I start collecting like missions. They don't go anywhere. Let's see. I'm so excited about team features. I know, me too. You know, we are, okay, 13 days away. And I'm telling you right now, like I have to find out exactly when does that go live because I have to. I have to just stay up and play. Like if my husband does that with so much going on in December, I know I'm so excited for that. Yo, yeah, I don't know if anyone else just sees the wiki screen. Oh, that's interesting. I see it right now. There you go. Thanks for that. You're confused about what exactly? Like when it goes launch? But that all I see. Okay. You should be fine now. Let me know if you don't see it though. I can still see it. It should have turned off. Yeah, I need to know exactly when does it go live because that's the only thing that kind of sucks that it's not one of those things where it goes live at 12, for example, because that would be so much more easier. Let's see. I did it again. I made it over here. Yeah, we'll see. We see it. Good. What do I have over here? I can't go there yet. Can I go here? I always wondered if I could go here. Oh, it still doesn't show. Can I interact? No, it's not there yet. I guess I have to wait. Trying to get through this already. I'm like, yeah. I need to sell stuff, but for that I think you need to level up Goofy. Goofy is going to be the person you want to make sure that you get him like top tier as soon as possible. Cuz he's going to give you your stalls. He's going to be the one to give you all the moolah. It's slow, the moonstones. Yeah. For some reason, it slows my game down for some reason. And sometimes it doesn't even load. So like when I want moonstones and I want to actually buy them, like I don't know what I'm going to do because sometimes it doesn't even like load up for me. I'm telling you. It's like telling me, "Hey, you shouldn't be looking at this area right now." Like be true to yourself. You don't need this. I think they did the team's feature to combat the treasure valleys. I know, which we'll see how that works. But even like that, if you're a new player and you find good community, you'll be able to join like a good team. What I want to know when it comes to the teams is how many teams can you have? Like if I have a team with you two, right? And I have my sister on there. Am I solely on that team and I can't go anywhere else, or are you going to have like different communities you could go to? Cuz like if that's the case, I don't know. As a streamer and as somebody who has loved going to other people's valleys, right? I would want to make sure that I have. I keep going to the wrong page, you guys. Um, I would love to make sure that I have different groups. I guess you could say, you know, because I think 6 people to, if I remember correctly, it's 6 people. 6 people to a group. Like, I don't know. I think of guilds. Like, I seriously think of guilds where it's like you don't necessarily have everyone playing at the same time, but you know that that person is part of that guild. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why. Because it was a big hack. Like, you were able to make sure that you could go to somebody else's and get all of your stuff from there. Let's see. Practice mindfulness. I have to. There we go. Catch something with Goofy. Do I have to go? Oh, you're already part of my crew right now. Okay. Let's go fishing. Yeah, I wonder if I could join other teams. That's what I want to know. I want to know if we could join other teams because, quite honestly, I would like to, like, if I have a crew on Facebook, like, not saying I don't want to share them with anybody else, but I think it's not fair to the player of being just in one group. Like, I think I've used this example before. I just don't go to treasure valleys for stuff. I also ask if I can walk around their valley for inspiration. Well, that's the reason why they started it, and I think that's why they're trying to stop the treasure valleys because they wanted to do a community aspect to it. So therefore, the whole fact of you being able to go to other valleys and um, like not only get inspiration but like be able to share resources. The only thing is that some people kind of took that the wrong way, where now they're trying to monetize off of the game. Um, Plus some treasure valleys would try to charge. Yeah, that's what they're trying to stop, or like they would put it on LC. I think that's kind of dumb. I honestly hate when they take a good thing and ruin it by doing something like that. And I don't know who I like dislike more, if it's the people who start those parts of the valleys like that, or where's Goofy? Or if it's the people who, where did he go? I don't know if it's the people who start those treasure islands that you have to pay, or the people who actually pay them. Like, it's just I hate to say it this way, but it is just a game. Like, you will get there, okay? You don't have to pay some stranger on the internet that is trying to get your money for just regular resources that you can either go and like grab, or you could find somebody who's friendly enough to just give it to you. Like, I may not have everything to the T, but if I know that I could help somebody out, like, I will definitely be like, hey, come over. You could grab this, this, and this. Why, you're a natural, Jade. It was fun. It sure is, and it's useful too. You can sell your fish in my stall soon as we get it reopened, that is. All right. All right, we're getting somewhere, you guys. Let's see. Or they would like put it on Etsy. I am very interested to see what they do with these teams and how they work. I'm hoping we get more information about them before they go live. I would like to see how we're expected to use, like, navigate that. Yes, exactly. That's messed up to charge. Plus, there's like a whole website that sells bundles of things. Really? But like sells it? I wouldn't even know how that shows up. Even when I went into a treasure valley, I was still very unsure if I'm allowed to grab. You know what even pisses me off about those treasure valleys? I went to one once, right? She didn't charge though. So she was very exclusive. You had to message her on Facebook, and if she had the space for you, she would allow you in and give you her code. Um with that being said, you would go into her place. Yeah, sells it. Oh, I kind of need to explore this just to see how it's like. A website that sells bundles of things. Interesting. Um, use the Scrooge McDuck sign to open Goofy's stall. So your money, as a new player, your money should go into like upgrading all of this as soon as you can. Don't buy anything from Scrooge McDuck until you have everything unlocked. Don't get all fancy yet. You will get there. Yes, let's fix it. Nice. Do I have enough to do like both? So the thing with Goofy stalls is you're gonna get the first three first. No, what is it? The first two. So overall you get six little spaces. The first one is going to be 2. Then when you upgrade the next time, you're going to get a total of 4. And then you have to upgrade it 3 times to basically get it to the max. This is why you need a lot of coin when you start off. Oh, Lord. I need to find this website just to see. I used to go to a treasure valley, but like... So the treasure valley that I went into it. But what I noticed too is that she took the time to make sure that every single bundle that was there for people to grab was only like 5 items in a bundle. So like you might need like 70, but she's only going to give you like a certain amount. And she used to police it where you could only get one of each thing too. I was like, I don't have the time to sort everything out like that. I applaud you for the dedication you have, but this feels like a full-time job. Yeah. She didn't charge, though. So at least she had that going for her. She didn't charge, but still. So once again, people, when you first start off, you want to make sure that you upgrade Goofy's stalls to the max as soon as possible. Because now, look, we have seeds of 3 different varieties. Not only that, but you could even buy some of these items, which is a waste. Do not buy the ingredients, okay? Just, take the time and plant. Right now, you don't have the luxury to buy stuff, okay? You don't have the luxury to buy stuff to cook. You could sell it. But what I normally do and what I normally suggest people to do, like, I got my sister this way. And I don't think she has a YouTube, because otherwise she would be chatting in here, I think. Let's see. I only ask people for stuff if I'm low on the stone. Yeah. I get you. They even did it with Animal Crossing. Really? I didn't get into Animal Crossing, but I think what it was is that I had to read everything. But like the music on top of the blue 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 blue, that kind of like trailed me off. I think that's why I don't play Sims, even though I've always wanted to play Sims. Oh, so tomorrow I have to think about whether I'm actually going to go live tomorrow. Tomorrow I want to try this new game that my husband showed me that is kind of Sims like, but it's like AI art. I'm like, ooh, I have to try this. I have to see how this works. Let's see. I think I need more carrots. That's 41. No, let's have some of these. How much is that? Okay. No, I don't have inventory space. I came here to sell stuff. Duh. Yay! We fixed the fishing rod. Well, I know that there's an update. On Animal Crossing? Or The Sims? Because... Oh, yes! It's the Enzoy. I am so interested. Like, I have been looking at different videos of this game, and I am so enamored that I have to try to play it. We're gonna see whether I like it or not. Because, like, I could tell you when it came to The Sims, I've always wanted to play, but I wasn't able to... Oh. Okay. I want to sell stuff. There we go. I don't know what I was doing. It wasn't letting me sell. I think I was pushing the wrong button. Okay, we need that. I'm going to sell all my flowers right now, unless if it has a little sign for gift. We'll leave the ingredients. We're going to sell this because we don't need this right now. And we'll sell this too. Did I sell it? Did I not get coins? You guys saw that, right? Like, I don't see anything. Okay, there we go. I thought I lost out. Oh my god, let me know how it goes with Enzoy game. I will definitely let you know. I started watching videos of that game. My husband showed it to me, and he was like, you know how you never got into The Sims? I think this is going to be your jam. So the only reason why I didn't get into The Sims was because when I was younger and The Sims came out, I couldn't afford it. We didn't have an Xbox, so it was like a whole, like, or a computer for that matter. I normally said if anybody has extra stones, I don't need a lot. I'm not greedy. That would be what I would ask if I'm low on material. I think I kind of understood that. But then at the same time, I was like, well, you know, I kind of get it. You want to make sure that you have everything possible. Like, try to get those and then sell them, you know? I don't blame you. I don't think it's greedy. Honestly, I'm like, hey, you guys can pick up whatever you find. Just leave the gems. Leave the gems. I need the gems. I guess that's me being greedy, but I just want to keep the gems in the Dreamlight. Like, that's important stuff. That's resources right there. Okay, let's go ahead and get some of this stuff. Because if there's one thing that I learned is that you definitely want to make sure that you plant your heart out. So if you missed it, my biggest recommendation is make sure. So I'm one of those people, you guys weren't here for this, but I'm one of those people that loves using the, and crafting the books that lets you change from one thing to another. Because I start everybody off, one thing that I learned is I start everybody off as a farmer or a gardener. And the reason why I do that is because then gardening is the fastest way to level up somebody, especially if they are a gardener. They're going to level up within your first like half an hour of gameplay, if I'm being honest with you. Enjoy game, what is that? Ooh, Vanessa, you gotta come in tomorrow. I think I'm gonna play tomorrow. I know that I can't play on Friday, but that is, yeah, the crafting books. Enzoy is kind of like a new generation Sims, okay? So the reason why I didn't get into Sims was because I didn't have the funds to basically buy stuff. And now, as an adult, I don't feel like I have the capability to catch up. So even though you could play the game at your own pace, if I don't start one of these cozy games when it first starts, it's hard for me to get into it, if I'm being honest with you. So Enzoi is the new kind of Sims-like game, just like Crystal said. I'm gonna stream it. I'm gonna try to stream it tomorrow. Actually, I'm gonna play. I haven't downloaded it yet, so I'm gonna download it tonight, and I'm planning to stream a little bit of it tomorrow. But essentially, it's gonna be the whole setup thing. But it's basically The Sims. The only thing is it's not. It's definitely higher graphics. That I have understood. My husband was telling me that a lot of people have problems with it only because it's like AI generated, I guess. I don't know what that means. Like I'm like, we're getting to that part of the future, you guys. I hate to be that person, but either you embrace it or you let it take over. If you embrace it, I feel like you'll prepare yourself to be able to like attack it if it attacks you, you know? I don't know if that made sense, but that's how I see it. But I do plan on playing Enzoi. And the whole fact that it just started, I don't feel like I'm missing out on a lot. And that is the reason why I want to play it, because I always wanted to. You do both? Both as in like you're going to let it take over, but then at the same time you're going to prepare yourself, or what do you do both of? All right. I don't know why those carrots are there. Like it's glitching out and I can't get rid of those carrots. So I'm going to come over here and clean this up. All of this stuff right here, I usually just try to sell through my first, once I can. Everything I pick up during, like, while I'm unlocking everything is usually just for show and to sell. But yeah, so I'm planning to play Enzoi and see how I get into it. Because, like, I don't know. You guys tell me. Do you guys play The Sims? What do you guys think of The Sims? Let's create another patch over here. But going back to the crafting, I'm prepping for AI to take over and getting used to it. Yeah, I think that's the best thing you could do. When it comes to AI, like we've crossed that threshold already. Like you cannot go back. If you think that we could basically put that, like, not put it back and not touch that Pandora's box, like you're going to be the first person that this AI takes over. I've never played The Sims. You've never played The Sims? Okay, I don't feel so bad now. I always wanted to play it, but I just didn't have the funds to. So much investment. I feel like I've seen a lot of people. You played it once? What did you think? I'm excited to see how I do with this game. But with the crafting thing. So one of the things that I definitely do, even in my own valley, and what I usually recommend, like when my sister first started, I don't think I realized this until after. But I try to make sure that all my people are farmers first, so they're gardeners. Because if you take a look at all the different things that you can do to level up, right? Like your gardeners, your timekeepers, everything like that, right? Gardening is the fastest way to get them to level 10. And I like to level them all up so that all I have to do, it's glitching out, you guys. Okay. I like to level them up so all I have to do is essentially just work on the storyline with them. And I don't have to wait that time. So therefore, I will always aim to make sure that they are at level 10. And the way that I do that is I make sure that they are all gardeners. Because you get points when you harvest. But what I like about it the most is that if you have everyone as a gardener, you don't have to pick a gardener when you harvest, so that you can So you could get double the item. You're just gonna always have a farmer with you. Once I get them to level 10, I'll go to my crafting section and I'll craft whatever I think I should make him do. So like with Merlin here, I'm probably gonna keep him a gardener, but like with Donald, with Goofy for example, I will actually start him off as a gardener once I level him up to level 2. And then once I get him up to level 10 and I have the ability to craft that crafting book, I will make him a fisherman. Cuz it makes sense. It's Goofy. Let's see. I played it once. I probably won't be playing Enzoy. I'm more worried about my PC and my laptop. Yeah, we got to fix that first. I don't think you need like a highly like AI generated game if we're still having trouble. So, no Enzoy for you right now, Vanessa. We got to fix your PC problems first. First what we got to do is move you from that platform, because either that or we got to get you streaming on a studio or something. But for that you need a stream key, especially if you want to stay on that platform. I enjoy it. However, I wish I dove more into the building, because with me, I expect to be a pro at the first go around. Oh, yeah, see, I feel like that's something that kind of got me too. Like, I felt like maybe I didn't understand how to evolve what I was doing, and maybe that kind of stopped me because I'm worried about graphics being so high. Yep. See, I didn't even have to read that part. I already knew that was the reason why you were like wondering about this. I heard bringing them actual gift boxes. For leveling up. So for leveling up, if you come over here, so another thing that I do randomly is over here. No. Come over here. I'm going to push you. I need to talk to you. Get to a spot where I talk to you. I push my people around. Like, they'll tell you I'm bossy. See? He doesn't want to talk to me, because otherwise he would go to a place where I could talk to him. I'm pushing him. Okay. So, a few things on leveling up your characters. This is what I think, okay? And you guys can tell me what you think in the chat. First of all, when you are leveling up somebody, you always want to make sure to do your daily chat. Okay? Dialogue, I normally don't pay attention to the dialogue because they have like 3-4 different sentences, and then even like that, I'll go to the wiki and see if they have any new stuff there. Can level them quickly. Yeah, it can. So if you talk to them, you're interacting with them, that's going to be another high one that's going to like give you quite a bit of XP. So you see all those stars? You're getting like a good amount of XP there. Okay? From there, let's see. So if you notice, that kind of went up like almost a 4th. Okay? Because he had just leveled up. Now, if you have gifts to give them, there's certain stuff, like if I have, for example, a flower, this one, and this one is specific for him. So if you give them their favorite items, that's when you can level them really quickly. You see? But even like that, I can tell you that what I have noticed is that not all items are treated the same. So even though it's his favorite item of the day, it's probably not going to be the same as if I give him something that is slightly different. So I leveled him up to 6. Why did it just now refresh? Okay. So if I come over here, I want to talk to you, but I don't want to talk about Maribel. But it looks like I already did. Okay. So if I come here and I give him a gift, okay? If I give him, like, say, for example, a Dream Shard, which I should probably don't, you still get XP, but it's not the same. There's different items that I have given my characters that are not part of their dailies that sometimes give them more than their dailies. And sometimes it doesn't move at all. So that's one thing to kind of, like, keep an eye over. Let's see. But yes, if you give them their favorite gifts, that will boost it up. Another thing too is that when you have the restaurant, if you give them, if you go and cook for them and give them what they're asking for, that will level them up faster than giving them a gift. Like that will give them more XP. I can kind of see it when I play Dreamlight Valley, my graphics being all wonky. Oh no! Yeah, I had that trouble. I skimmed over the dialogue even in the DLC. Yeah, I gave up on the dialogue because my daughter just kept on going through it and I wasn't even in the room. I was like, oh, well, I guess I missed that now. But when it's like the daily chats, I usually don't like read those. When it's the storyline, I actually do because I love the nuances that they put into these characters. It's actually pretty interesting. True, true. Like the gems give more XP. Yes, if you give them so even if there is their favorite gifts that day, it'll give them a little bit more, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna have like the same XP every single time. I think I made like for example, you know that fish dish that we always talk about that gives you a lot of money. If you give them one of those, like that has like not a lot. Like you're not gonna go up a whole level, but it does get like 2/3 of the way there sometimes. I usually craft the green gift box and it goes over higher. See, I haven't tried that. I haven't. I haven't crafted those gift boxes. And I actually didn't know that you could give them to them. That's something new to me. We're just gonna skim through this. Don't worry, I got you. I understood. So yeah, so one of the things I definitely have to say is that if you're leveling up your characters, I honestly see that with the combination of doing all of that, like right now he's level 6, and I could tell you that we started off today at level 4, I think. And he hasn't even been my friend for that long today already. It's glitching. So it's just gonna show up when I dig. There we go. But yeah, that's what I do when it comes to leveling up. I always make sure that they're always farm gardeners. If you're doing a dream path, some of the easiest things to craft when it tells you, oh, craft this, if you don't need any other like materials, because I definitely do the ignox if that's available and I need them. But if I basically need to craft like 3 items, if it's not a potion, then I will craft those books, and then I will resort and think of who I would do certain tasks and stuff. What did you get from the premium shop in your account? I actually didn't buy anything yet, but those 2 dresses that I see, let me show you. Hold on. I actually want to come over here and make some food. I think I have 2 houses available to me. You said that you had 3 houses, right? Someone once showed me that. What, the crafting? Quite honestly, it's some of the most easiest items. I think you use Dreamlight though. So if you're like stingy on your dream Dreamlight, then I would probably say don't do it that way. But I know personally, like I don't mind using the Dreamlight. Ooh, who is this for? I don't think I have him leveled up yet. Let's see. Where is it? 4 houses in my recommendations. Oh, I think in my recommendations I had it's automatically at the moonstones. See, it does this with this account and my other account. She already told me she doesn't want Max. Can you believe that? I felt so disappointed. I have the palace in my house. But these are all the same for the Spotlight collection. So limited deals. Recommended. For the most part, it's the similar ones. But I haven't bought anything yet. Mostly because I am in the middle of thinking on whether I want the Nightly Dragon or I want the costume. Because I almost have every single costume on my account for all my characters. I have mostly all of the different costumes for my characters. But whenever I see a companion, I have to get it. All about the gift boxes. I'm going to have to check that out. I don't even know what goes into like making the gift box. All right. Let's go ahead and farm here. But yeah, I am counting down though, you guys. It's almost here. Almost here. I'm debating if I want to get Max. I got Nana instead of Max once I had the Moonstones. This is glitching out really badly. It's kind of funny. Let's see. I want to get Max, but I know that she told me already that she doesn't want Max. I felt very disappointed in her. But that's just because I'm trying to get Max on my end. I guess I shouldn't judge her. She's my daughter, you guys. This is bound to happen. Look at that. I am glitching so bad. No! Okay. I think that's a sign. How's daylight savings like working with you guys? Because I am so out of it. I'm like not ready for like anything at all. Because I'm like, it's not even time to do this yet. But I will say that I'm going to be here for another 15 minutes. So for those 15 minutes, let me go and actually grab all my dailies from my village. Because this is glitching out and is not letting me plant or water. It's kind of funny. Look at that. You guys saw that, right? I tried watering. Okay? I tried watering. Alright. So we're just going to go ahead and save this one right here. And like I said, when it comes to this gameplay, I am really focused on just trying to optimize getting certain things at faster. And one of the number one things that I learned was definitely level up your characters as fast as possible so that you don't have to wait for that dialogue. Like when you're doing the mission, I remember there was one mission. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Beast. It took me forever to level him up and to get the flower thingy. When Wish Blossom drops, I'm going to buy the Moonstone bundle and level up my characters so that I still need to level up. You're going to have your work cut out for you, I feel. Because it's going to be them plus the new characters you have to level up. Let's see. I have an HP Windows laptop and an expensive one from Walmart, and my game goes slow and crashed. No! I don't know how to fix it without buying a new laptop. I don't know. You would probably have to take it to like a tech repair place. You know where you take your phone? Like when it breaks or cracks? You could try going to them and seeing that. crashes. Mm. Oh, so it's still turning on though, right? I don't know what to tell you. The you have to do like a diagnostic though. Oh, so you guys like my outfit? She did my outfit the last time she was playing. Which she saw me playing on the couch. I only sat down for 5 minutes, and guess what? She took over. It's just sadness, joy, Lumiere, Clocksworth. I'm behind on. Oh, okay, that's not a problem. You'll level them quickly. At least you have them in your valley already. I still have to bring Lumiere and Clocksworth over. But it's not like broken. I think the memory storage thing. Yeah. Uh, Especially like depending on what you use it for too. Yes, it's still turning on. Do you do updates and do you turn off your computer? Because apparently that's like a big thing. Oh, and then she was going through my like valley and like doing all of this stuff. Oh, great. So I went through this phase that I didn't want to open any of these gifts. So I collected them all. But now I have them here. And she put them in, she went into my house, okay? Look at what this little gremlin did. She went into my house. She went into a floor. And she was like, oh, it's so dirty here because I had these on the floor. So she went ahead and she picked up all of them. Ooh, update. You are a genius. Yeah, try updating it. You might have to restart the whole computer, but you also have to remember, this is a reminder to you guys. We have a new Windows update, and that Windows update, if you don't have it on your computer, a lot of different programs run off of that new update that they don't support the old version of Windows. So make sure that you are updating at least to Windows 11. I think it's Windows 11, the new one. So just make sure that you are up to date with your Windows. Because if not, that is definitely going to kill your battery and your storage. I have to, like, my PC has to go under maintenance because for some reason it's not allowing me to, like, do certain things when it comes to that update. So it's, like, not fully downloaded. Yeah, look into that. So what this gremlin did was she went into my house. She went into a floor. She was like, oh, it looks so pretty because it had like walls of like Monsters Inc. She was like, oh, that's so cute. But there's trash everywhere because she calls those trash bags even though she knows that they have like rewards and stuff in there. And she basically picked them all up. And I am telling you that I have a whole room full of these because in my mind, I was going to open them all up on my birthday like if Disney Dreamlight Valley gave me something. Instead of me spending money on it, you know? That was me thinking that that's what I was going to do. And I did not do that. If so much, I just collected more and more of these over the time. And so she came in on, I think it was Sunday. I think she played on Sunday. And she was like, this room is dirty. And she picked up all of them. And she left them in my inventory because then she got distracted. It cracks me up. That would have been so cute. Yeah, she gets distracted easily. I don't appreciate that. Especially when you have me doing your work now. Like, I wasn't planning on doing this today, and now look at me. Now I'm opening bags up. Just because I don't want to go drop them in my house again. Yeah, it's Windows 11. I think my PC just updated my firmware. Firmware. I'm falling asleep, you guys. But I think my monitor might slowly be dying on me. Oh, no! So this is your actual PC. How about your laptop? Is your laptop updated? Dude, we just need to upgrade you. Like we need to find a way. Let's start a GoFundMe so that we can like upgrade you too. GoFundMe. Like, could you imagine? We started GoFundMe and then like it's one of those things of like, if you're part of my community, you get this month's collection for your gaming gear. That would be fun. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's start a GoFundMe, you guys. It's fundraising. Fundraising for my community. I need to make sure you guys are like all up to date. If my sister's listening to this, she's probably like, yeah, I need to make sure of that too. Yeah, let's start that GoFundMe. So I know that my sister's watching. She's like texting me and she's like, I'm tuned in, but I can't see the chat. I need to get her updated with like getting her. She's like all about technology until she has to like be about technology. She's like one of those people that we were talking about. And yes, I know she's in here. So I'm going to say this, where she's okay with the AI. She knows that we have come to that point in our futures, but she's going to slowly let them take over. She's going to be like, yeah, well, I guess that's sufficient. You could do that for me? Okay, I'll let you go. I don't think she appreciates that I said that right now, but it's true. But yeah, I think we should start a GoFundMe. Let's start a GoFundMe. And then in that GoFundMe, we'll just like kind of be like, yeah, fundraise for the community. Just like that, okay? And every single month we give it to a new like to a community member. We'll see who needs the latest updates of whatever, right? Like I know my sister would be asking to be part of like, hey, I need money for my Dreamlight like update that's coming up, right? And then we know Vanessa needs to update her like PC. And then I don't know, should I mark you down, Crystal, for like a new laptop as well? Like I think we can do this. By January, we're all up to date with everything. Don't know how much we're going to collect. That's for sure. You know, but if we collect $5 towards a new PC for Vanessa, that's $5 you did not have. Okay? I feel like I'm very invested in this, so GoFundMe now. I like how Vanessa's being like quiet. She's like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. If we're only gonna raise $5, I don't know where that's gonna go. What? You didn't catch that? What I'm saying is, we're gonna start the GoFundMe, okay? We're gonna start the GoFundMe. Every single month, we give it to a new community member that needs something. So, like, if you need to update your computer, this is like you can enter to win the community catch-all, right? That's what we'll call it, community catch-all. No, bitch, I'm still. my sister's like, no, bitch, I still believe in Terminator. Oh man. So wait. Does that mean that you're not gonna let them take over? Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go like all Connor on us? I don't even know if I'm like naming the right character, you guys. I haven't seen the Terminator in years. Like, are you gonna get rid of the Terminator for us, boo? But yeah, so every single month, a new one of the community members gets the GoFundMe funds. And like we're marking down Vanessa for a new PC. Crystal, I think you could use a new laptop maybe, right? If you don't want to do the updates and stuff, cuz that could be a drag. And then my sister would basically be on there for like, I don't know. She's been talking about a Switch lately. But like I know that she's basically looking for ways to fuel her Dreamlight fascination. So she's like saving for whatever she's gonna need for the new update coming up, the DLC. Oh my god, you guys, she's typing. So remember, this is a person who's gonna like. I feel like now she's gonna tell me that she's gonna deliver us from like the AI bots. Yay! I got rid of all of them. Okay. Now let's go over here and check this real quick. I don't need a new PC that bad. My PC's like 3 years old. It still works. My laptop still works. I'm probably going to use both until they both go Thanos. And I. Oh my god, I just checked and I think it was updated. It was an update that I needed because it gave me an update for Windows 11 button. Dude, I told you, check your updates. But Vanessa, come on, $5 towards a new PC, or at least like I was about to say, or at least the update to new Windows. But you don't have to pay for that, or do you? Did I miss that? Did I miss that screen and all of a sudden? Oh look, you guys! Rewards for Fallen for Florals. I ranked. Okay, I scored 65.10. I think that's a D. Yay! I got a D, and I ranked 63,123. I claim 1,200 moonstones, and I received 166 pixel dust. Look, you guys, I got moonstones because I submitted my Falling for Florals. You guys were here for that. Yay! I love when I get something. I feel like it's definitely the consolation prize. Like, good job for participating, Yoya. But I'll take it. Free moonstones. I'll take it. Unfortunately, he was not able to stop it because humans are humans. But you might relate better to iRobot. You know, I haven't seen iRobot, but I should probably like brush up on like all of my like AI doomsday movies. I love doomsday movies, but I don't think I really saw any that had to do with AI for because of reasons of the uncanny. But I think I need to I have to like go in and check those out now. Cuz like they're taking over whether we like to or not. I want to do dream snaps so badly. You can't do those yet? Seriously, like all you have to do is do a selfie. Like that's how I started. People are gonna look at you like you crazy, but you at least get a little bit. I went the long way. I should have gone to the shorter way and gotten the ones that were available to me. But yeah, if you have access to Dream Snaps, you can just start off by like doing selfies, and you get participation points. Like seriously, I wish I was joking, but you don't. Like you do, because every single time that I would like upload, I would make sure that I had everything in the scene, and then I would take a selfie, and I would post it. When we come next Wednesday, I would have some like moonstones there. So you should definitely check that, like try to do that. Or you restarted your game, but not on purpose, or did you? Why did you restart? I gotta know. What was your reasoning to restart? I restarted because my daughter didn't play how I wanted her to. My daughter didn't play how I wanted her to, and then she told me that she wanted all the characters, and I'm like, well, we're gonna have to restart because the way that you did it, you're not gonna get any of the characters that you want right away. And plus, I play her game for her because she does not read. So, oh, and another tip: I put my wells in inaccessible places. Yes, that's actually very true. So, if you're playing Dreamlight Valley for the first time, um, when you are in this area of the biomes, I think it also happens with the DLCs too. I know for sure it's here, but like when you open up a new area, a new biome, you essentially you open up half of it. I think it was my shop was bugging out. Oh no. Like, oh goodness, no. And it just knocked you out? That kind of sucks. I'm sorry, Crystal. But hey, you at least know some of the stuff that will kind of get you there faster, I guess. But if you are new to Dreamlight Valley, when you unlock a new biome, you unlock half of it. You don't unlock the whole thing. The only ones that you unlock completely would definitely be the plaza and the peaceful meadow. So when you need to go to the other area, you can go into inventory and then furniture, and you can actually move your wells to wherever you want to move them. So if you see that there's a tree and for like a star path you need like 10 cherries or whatever, you could actually use your well to make it to the area that you don't have access to yet. No. There we go. Oh, dash. I cannot do anything without dash. Girl, I'd be working on a dream snap and either my PC or laptop will. No! Does it save at least? Please tell me it saves. That's happened to me before. I was working on something on my Valley and then for some reason it didn't autosave and it crashed on me. Oh. I have seen my sister in that area too. Movie night will be. I will bring the snacks. Ooh. Can we do that here? Like, can we stream a movie? I feel like we could get knocked. We get knocked down. I have to figure that out. Oh, thank goodness, Vanessa. But yeah, I have to update myself with my Uncanny Valley AI ones. You know what I would actually add to that too? I would actually add Black Mirror to that. Have you guys seen that show? One of the ones that sticks with me for like there's a couple. Like that show sticks with you no matter what episode you watch. But one of the episodes that kind of sticks to me is the one where Miley Cyrus comes out. If you guys have not seen that yet, I think it's season 2. And she has like a little AI doll. She's like a superstar or whatever, but she has an AI doll. You guys should definitely check that out. I don't know, but I know in Discord you could do movie night. Really? Ooh. I would love to do that. I don't know if I would be able to stay quiet though. I would actually do that with you guys. I would set up the Discord and we could do like Uncanny Valley and do like episodes of Black Mirror and then we could like chat about it. Like even if you've watched it like already, like you could tell me what you thought. Have you seen Megan? No, that one I heard that is hilarious. That it's actually a comedy, not so much just a thriller, but it's like a thrilling comedy. But just the whole fact of how she looks, it terrifies me. Ooh, what is this? This is new. What does it say? Deadly Night Shade. Why do I have this? Did I miss something, you guys? Am I doing something for... That was not there before. Where is she? It's in my inventory and it's not counting one. That's interesting. Okay. I guess I might have started a mission with her and I didn't pay attention. Now I know. Alright. My brother-in-law put it in for the movie night, I think last month. I think I remember you telling me about this. What did you think of it, though? Like, would you watch it again? And, like, I'm letting you guys know that I really don't care about spoilers. Like, if you give me a spoiler, it'll make me want to watch the movie even more. But, like, if you don't like spoilers, just don't read the next if she, like, provides anything. But what would you say would be the reason why you would watch it again if you would watch it again? If you play a full movie here, your channel would have to be butchered. Oh my god, because you're not allowed to. full length movie to show here. Okay, but here's a question though. Okay, what if I'm not technically streaming it? So like, okay, and let me clarify what I mean. So like, if I were to play the first 5 minutes, okay, of a show or a movie, I stop it and then we discuss. And then I stream another 5 minutes of the movie and then we stop it and we discuss. Does that count? Even if we go through the whole video? Because technically, I feel like that might not count. But that's me being hopeful. Not my type of movie, but I was a bit into it. Okay, what made you a little bit into it though? See, I feel, hey Fran, Boo Boo, if you're there, I know you haven't seen Megan, but I feel like that's like up your alley. Like she is all into like that scary stuff, and she's like, I don't know. You wouldn't think, like, I personally think that if I met my sister, like, just by seeing her, she doesn't strike me as a person who loves, like, the horror stuff. But she, like, loves suspenseful and thrilling shit. I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to watch it because I love that kind of, like, end of world type of thing. But I think that's too much of a thriller for me. I don't know. We gotta think about that one. I don't know. I kind of like this idea of doing like a movie night on Discord, you guys. Especially because I have to catch up with like my AI stuff. I need to study, you know? AI is slowly taking over and I'm just okay with it. Like I feel that I'm well equipped to just be like, well, this is the off switch or this is, you know, this is life now. Like, let me tell you guys a story, okay? I don't know if you guys have heard of the friend, okay? My husband loves tech so much, okay? He always is on the lookout to see what new innovations are out and what that means and what new wearable tech is out there. And so we lived in San Francisco. I feel like he might have gone to like a tech demonstration or something, and he might have seen this prototype for this one wearable item. And it's called the Friend. So the whole point of this is to essentially you have a companion with you. Honestly, on a tech medical side and like as a person who believes that tech is always made with best intentions, which we know that is not entirely true. Um, I personally feel that the idea of this wearable tech that he came across is actually pretty smart because for older people or people who have certain disabilities, it would be a great companion because it would be able to call for help or be able to recognize when something is wrong with you, maybe even before you even realize that you're going through it, right? The AI aspect I like, it intrigued me like it was crazy to me see Megan take over and how much as she tried to give the girl everything she wanted and couldn't be everything she needed. Ooh, like Megan couldn't have certain emotions. Ooh, okay. I wasn't so sure about watching this movie, but just that alone, I don't know. I guess I probably have to see this movie just to like get it out of my system. I don't know. I'm terrified. You know, the second one came out, right? Or is about to come out. I don't know how that's gonna go. But I guess I should might as well watch it. But anyways, so he went. I don't know how he found this tech, but the idea of it is pretty smart. And honestly, I don't condemn it. Okay, I think it's actually pretty smart, and it's really a good thing on some aspects of of life, like authentic emotions. Okay, I'm gonna have to check this out. You probably talked me into watching it. We'll see. I'll let you know if I watch it. Um, and so this was back when we lived in San Francisco. Now, we usually predate all of our things depending on where we live. We have lived around like in different places. We used to move almost every 2 years because of a job or so on and so forth. And so when we talk about San Francisco, we were in San Francisco about almost 10 years ago, kind of. Yeah, almost 10 years ago. And apparently, he signed up for the beta of this thing, but it never went anywhere. Bestie, I was so against AI and all that, but look, I have a learning disability, and it has helped me in more ways than I can admit. Yeah. Once again, everything that we create, everything that we create is going to have its good side and its bad side. And if you are smart enough to get ahead of the curve, and let's just put it this way, I personally, like, we're talking about 10 years ago. This is when my husband found this item, okay? We we just get into the habit of just being like, okay, if this has been created already, this is what's being shown to us. There's something out there that's more advanced that they're not showing us. You got to keep that in mind. So like if you're trying to stay away from the drop of reality, 10 years pass by and guess what? Now you're behind. So we gotten into the habit of just being like, okay, well, the more we know about it, the better. And so that's why we'll go ahead and try whatever it is. Like, honestly, one day, like, I personally think one day we're gonna die. And I told my sister, I was like, if you find out that the robots took me, just know that I went willingly, but I understood why. Like, that's how I see it. And so what happened was he signed up for the beta for this item, and this item looks very uh in a way uncanny because you're supposed to wear it on you. You're supposed to wear it on you, and um give me a second, you guys. I'm actually going to stop this here. Um give me 1 second. We're going to like shift gears here real quick. Just mind my mess in the background. Um, oh, I can't actually do that because I don't have my thing up. Interesting. I just redid my office because I needed it clean. And like all of my cables and stuff are like all over the place. So I definitely need to work on that. Let's see here. So just mind my hair. It's like drying. Okay, let's see here. Excuse me. I did not mean to burp in front of you guys. Okay. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, so this is the moment where I'm just gonna go ahead and talk to you guys real quick. Let's see. I showed my family member my laptop tomorrow. Oh, you're gonna show him? Good. I turned it on, and the next thing I know, it started to get hot and do hope noise. Oh no. Pooping noises? Popping noises. Oh my god, no. Don't worry, it'll survive. If not, like I said, we'll start a GoFundMe. We'll get you that laptop, okay? See, now that GoFundMe sounds not that bad, right? Okay, so we're gonna talk about this real quick before I go, because I'm starting to lose my voice. So, basically, about 10 years ago, he signed up for a beta for something. It's called The Friend. If you have heard of it, let me know. But he signed up for the beta, didn't hear anything about it, didn't leave a credit card or any information aside from probably his email address and like his name. Okay, fast forward almost 10 years, I want to say, because if he found this in, like, he says that he remembers that he found it when we were living in San Francisco. San Francisco, we lived there 2018. So it's not been 10 years. I think almost 10 years. 2018 or so. Um so if he found this 20 years ago, like almost 10 years ago, he left his name, he left his email address. He never saw any charge go through because he didn't give a credit card number or anything. This was when we lived in San Francisco, okay? He signed up for it, didn't think much of it. I remember him telling me about this product, like this item that he found. So the whole idea of it is that it's wearable tech that you put around you right here, and it's supposed to just kind of like be there as a companion. You could talk to it, it can narrate stuff to you. I don't think it has like an AR type of sequence where it's like looking at stuff and then telling you what's there. I don't think it has that capability, but you are able to talk to it, tell it about your emotions. It's kind of having a companion with you. So like somebody who suffers of depression and depression like I do, it would basically be a substitute for, a therapist if I had trouble talking to a therapist, right? And so he's basically signed up for it. He's never afraid to try new tech. And I normally encourage it because I'm like, okay, we need to know what is out there. So that's why, like I said, one of these days I feel that the robots are going to take me, and my sister already knows. The robots took me, and I knew what I was getting myself into. Like, if I wasn't able to understand the robot well enough that it overtook my life, then yeah, I guess I deserve to like just go to the chopping block. Like, let's just face it. So, anyways, um, tell me why about 3 weeks ago we got a delivery at our, like, sitting on our porch. It was a small little box, and I see that it's for my husband, and so I go ahead and I take it to him to his office, and he's like, "Oh my god, do you remember this was like way back?" And he kind of like refreshed my mind about the tech that he found, and I was like, "Oh, well, that's interesting. That sounds pretty cool." He has been looking to see if they charged him or anything like that, and nothing. What also is kind of shocking is the whole fact that we got it delivered here. Okay, we have moved since he found this item. We have moved maybe about 3 times already, 3, 4 times already. So it's so interesting to me, one, that it knew where to show up. Okay, the AI is already advanced. Like, it already knew how to find us. Like, we're screwed. Let's just put it that way. So, anyways, that's part one. Item came in. He still hasn't opened it. It's still in the box. Like, he hasn't opened it because he's like, okay, now I'm just kind of like stranged out. But he hasn't had time to. Like, work is kind of crazy for him right now. We're about to start like a very heavy travel season between him and I. So therefore, he hasn't gotten a chance to do it. Yeah, they found us. Okay. Um, And so he didn't open it up. This was about 3 weeks ago. Okay? 3 weeks ago? 3 or 4 weeks ago. 2 weeks passed by. So it was probably 4 weeks ago now. Okay. 4 weeks ago. Fast forward 2 weeks. So now it's 2 weeks ago. I come back from walking Mercedes, and I saw when the delivery truck passed by, and I saw that he put 2 boxes on our doorstep, and so I was like, okay. And I come back from walking Mercedes, and I pick up the 2 boxes that I saw that they delivered, and once again, it's from the same company, same size box, everything. I waited until he was done with his meeting, and I was like, hey, do you have 5 minutes? I have like a funny story for you. And I joke around with him like that because I know that sometimes like random text shows up and he's trying to not tell me how much he spent on it. It's like that bad. That's why he can't judge anything that I buy sometimes, okay? My Lego obsession, like he questions it, but at the same time he remembers some of the stuff that he does, like just shows up at our house. And when I say show up, I mean shows up at our house. Like, he works with influencers, so he's like, oh yeah, I got this free item from like this company that we're working with. I'm like, sure, free item. So anyways, um 2 boxes pop up, same box as the one that had come 2 weeks before. And so I'm like, hey, do you have a minute? And he's like, yeah. And I show him, and I'm like, dude, how many do you need of these? Like, how many like did you sign up for? He was like, I just signed up for the one, and I also thought that they didn't like they weren't going to move forward. Like, it was beta, and that was it. Like, I didn't hear anything from them afterwards. And he looks at the box and he's like, man, these are like legit. They are actually from them. Like, you saw a little bit of panic and a little bit of shock kind of like go through his face, okay? And if you have not seen him already on my streams, it's this Haitian guy, okay? He is Haitian. So like for him, he has a very stern look most of the time. When he smiles, you know that he's smiling and that something is making him smile. When he's concerned, you could tell because his whole facial expression just it emotes that, okay? Because he's always just so stern. I had another person in our live stream, so she was like, yeah, he kind of scares me. Like, I wouldn't want to have a whole conversation with him. He's really nice, okay? But he definitely has that stern look that whenever he feels a certain way, he emotes it whether you like it or not. And I saw a little flash of panic and a little bit of kind of confusion pass over him, like, why do we have 2 more of these? So he was like, okay. Now I'm starting to question what's going on. Now we're 2 weeks ago, right? And there's 3 of these boxes just sitting on the counter right now. Like, it has not moved. Like, he hasn't gotten a chance to open them or anything. But at this point, he's like, I don't know about this, right? So he's starting to feel a little shaky. Fast forward 1 week. So last week, I come back from dropping off I come back from my daughter's swim class, okay? When I come back, there's a little box waiting for us on the porch. I feel like I kind of from far away already knew what the box said, but I still had to like look at it, and I just start cracking up because it's another one of these boxes. I looked at my husband and I was like, okay. I know we joke around about this, but should I be scared now? Like, should I already start kind of like, just saying goodbye to everyone I love? Like, are we about to be taken over or something? And sure enough, it was another one. Right now, we have 4 of these boxes just sitting there, not opened or anything. And now, when I talk to him, he's like, I feel very a certain way. Am I scared? I don't know. I don't know if I would probably say scared or anything because he hasn't turned them on or anything. But like, what really gets me is the whole fact that there's 4 of them. Okay, 2 of them got delivered at the same time. I even joked around with him. I was like, when you saw it, did you sign up for 4? Like, were you already thinking about the future of our parents? Because to me, the way that he described the item, it's perfect for somebody who's elderly. It's perfect because then they have somebody to chat with. Not only that, but it's also able to kind of connect them with their doctors. If in case of an emergency, it could call 911. So therefore, there's like a lot of different aspects that I personally am like, I see why this is the future of companionship. Like I get it. I understand it. And part of me, this is the scientific part, like the logical part where I'm like I need to open it and turn it on to see exactly what it is because I need to understand it for myself. He is afraid to open those boxes, whether it's because he's like I'm about to leave and I don't want like we're about to leave and he doesn't want to show up and then all of a sudden something's like messed up in the house or something or whatever it might be. But like he's like, we're getting into travel season. This is probably not the best time to open up something that like a can of worms that we cannot close up right away if needed. So, am I scared? I am not scared as much as I am curious. I want to know about this item. I haven't even looked it up if I'm being honest with you. Like I usually whenever like he tells me about any tech that has come in, he'll or something that he knows that he ordered and is going to come in, cuz I kid you not, he has these AR glasses that he ordered at beta. They didn't have enough backers, and then all of a sudden they ended up getting enough backers to basically launch the product. They launched the prototype. He got to try that out, and he then they went ahead and they launched the actual part that they have. Virtue, I think they are called glasses, and they are amazing. They are meant for you to be able to kind of not have to look down at whatever it is. If you're on an airplane, you could connect it to your computer so you could go ahead and type. I can't type like that anymore, but you could go ahead and type and it's like you're looking at the screen. So you don't have to like squint and looking down or anything. And then he sometimes plays like his switch off of it. It's very smart technology for especially somebody who's always on a plane or always traveling. They know their demographic. I love trying out this tech. This one in particular, I still don't know how I feel about it and whether I want to move with it and see what this is about because he kind of puts a good point where he signed up for this before people really malused AI, okay? Now, one thing I have to tell you, and this, I hope if there's anything that you take with you that I say, is this. Everything in this world that gets created, there's always a good side and a bad side to it. You as an individual, you have to respect that even if we want the most positive outcome of whatever gets created, you always have to respect the whole fact that somebody is going to be malicious enough to find how to turn it on its head. And if you respect that and you understand that that's going to happen, it's going to better prepare you as far as what to do in case that were to happen. So, like, if you check out some of the AI videos now, you have a lot of people kind of like on the fence, right? People are creating videos of celebrities that have passed away, and now you have families of those celebrities that are trying to fight a war because of the whole fact that they're messing with an image of their loved one. Okay, I understand both sides. I understand somebody is doing it for the entertainment, but I also understand this person too. Like you don't you just went through a whole phase of coping with saying goodbye to this person. Like you cannot do that again. And especially seeing how people are basically, I don't know, Michael Jackson like stealing nuggets, like the most random and silliest things all because you want to be able to get those views. Now, when it comes to technology and AI, we have to understand that one, this has been around for longer than what you think. Scientists have been developing this stuff up. If there's one thing that I always take with me that my dad told me is he was brought up Catholic, but in both the Baptist and Mormon faiths. There's a whole convoluted story as to why this is. He's one of the most theological person that I know. And one thing that I remember and that I miss because he now has dementia. that I miss is that we used to have coffee chats, and he would tell me about his philosophies about certain stuff. And one of the biggest things that I carry with me to this day is that he essentially said, God has promised us the future, and he has promised us eternal heaven. My theory and my understanding, based off of the different learnings of different Bible versions that I have read, is that um that heaven that he promises is knowledge. If you're knowledgeable of how things work, you are more accessible to be able to, I think I used that the wrong way. You're more able to cope with how to solve certain problems that you're going to come across. Or you're also going to, like, God promised us that we're going to live in heaven. That heaven could be knowing enough knowledge. He actually said this, knowing enough knowledge where you feel comfortable getting to meet a different species, somebody who has different like thoughts than you. The moment that you accept that there are many different people with many ideologies, many different ways of upbringing, many different species, creatures, that's what God is promising us. The ability to live in harmony with everything that is created in this world and in this universe. That will always stay with me. And that's one of the reasons why, even though this might be kind of scary, of like, hey, how did they find us? How are we still getting this? I'm anticipating getting another box, if I'm being honest with you. But having grown up with my dad who thought that way is the reason why I personally, I'm anxious to try to find out what this thing does. That I do understand, yes, I need to learn to embrace different. It's hard, don't get me wrong. It's very hard to think differently. It's very hard to accept something that you yourself grew up not believing in or not knowing, right? But like when you give yourself to knowledge, you're really giving yourself to the world, to the universe, because everything is possible all of a sudden. Even something that you think is like so far reach as your personal goals becomes so different because you start seeing different ways that you can achieve those goals. And that's one thing that I can tell you personally, I have always taken from my dad, because that's how he saw life. He always saw that, I don't know how big of a rabbit hole you guys get into. I get some random stuff on my like feed sometimes. But I love anything that has to do with space, anything that has to do with science. I was a big science girl when I was growing up. If it weren't for calculus and physics, I think I would have like still kind of continued with like some type of science in my life or some type of mathematics. But that killed me. That killed my knowledge. But I could tell you that my feeds promise me something of the unknown. I don't know how I personally feel about it. I think it would be exciting to get to see a different type of species that I hope that they're smarter than we are. Yeah, because maybe that's how some of the people who can kind of go up and level up a couple of brain cells, maybe that's how they finally learn to accept life's creations as they are, no matter how they think, no matter what. Because realistically speaking, that's the intention of all our faiths. Doesn't matter who you believe in. You want to believe that there's a heaven and that we're going to live in peace with our neighbor, whoever that is. But like I've told my best friend, why do we think the way we do? Do we think that way because we as people think that way, or because we are raised in that thought? That's a good that's a good question. Honestly, I personally feel that a lot of it has to do on the ways that we are raised. Um, I especially see it, especially in cultures. Like, I'm Guatemalan. Just in your basic culture alone, like, I left the house unmarried, no kids, and with all my hopes and dreams on my sleeve. And that wasn't accepted for the longest time. My dad was a different story, but my mom, she couldn't accept the whole fact of me wanting to go live on my own and try to like figure out life on my own. She's like, that's not how you do it. Like, you shouldn't do that. I left without her like really having 2 cents, so that even pissed her off even more. But I definitely believe that what you are raised in definitely bleeds through, because I have seen it happen in some of the ideologies of my personal family, where they feel a certain way, or they want to show a side of them that they are not able to, because of the whole fact that their parent doesn't believe in that. Or now they make fun of that ideology because they weren't able to express it themselves. So I personally do believe that we sometimes think the way we do because some some things, like the stuff that you do, is nature, right? The way that you tie your shoe, the way you learn these things, but it's just natural to us to learn these items. This is part of life. However, the way that you think, whether it's because they form your ideals because of what they said to you in a negative light or in a positive light, you're shaping those thoughts. I see it with my own kids. Like, something that I could say, some things, like like my daughter, for example, her personality is so natural. Like, she has a combination of my husband and me, but the way that she articulates herself and the way that she expresses herself and the way that we nourish her to be able to have her own thoughts at 5 years old is really shocking to me. And I would like to take credit for that. I'll be honest. I would take credit for that, if that makes sense. And it makes sense, Crystal. It really does make sense for you to say it that way. Sailor Moon helped me with the planets of the solar system in real life. Yeah, me too. That's the only reason why I knew my planets. But the question is, how do we separate ourselves from that to get out on the leaves? And yes, exactly. I don't know. I feel like that's one of those questions that you don't really get the answer to until you find it yourself. Because I think everything is to your own personality. Like, I could tell you what I have done to be able to be a little bit more open. I could tell you that I'm a very empathetic person. I I don't necessarily wear my emotions on my sleeve, but if you're having a bad day and you're anywhere in proximity of me, I get that energy, and unfortunately I cannot shake it off. Like, I'll go back home, my husband's going to feel whatever energy you had that you presented me towards. And I feel, because I'm so empathetic towards other people, that has a lot to do with the reason of how I am able to take a lot of the stuff that I remember growing up and taking that in a different perspective. I feel like that has a lot to do with it. So it's one of those things that, unfortunately, it's not a simple black and white question answer thing, because it's something that we kind of learn ourselves. It's something that we have to grow with. Like, it's kind of like saying, what's your favorite food? You wouldn't know what your favorite food is until you try all these different dishes and you explore it and you find out, oh, my palate likes and like salt and savory, or my palate really loves, like, I have a sweet tooth. You wouldn't know that until you start eating all these different things and you start realizing, oh, like me, for example, I do not like sweets. I like soda, like beverage. Give me a sweet beverage. But you can't really give me a pastry. When I was 13, I basically asked my sister that instead of baking me a cake, for her to bake me a lasagna for my birthday. So since I was 13, I have lasagna for my birthday. Like, that's my birthday cake. But those are all things that you kind of have to explore yourself. And if you're not in a naturing environment that is okay with you exploring those things, that's where all of a sudden you feel kind of trapped. Not necessarily trapped, but you feel like you can't explore. because I see it. I see it in the way that I have raised my kids. And I'm not saying that I'm a perfect parent or anything. Like, I'm just at year 5 with one of them. Like, I'm nowhere near graduating. I'm nowhere near like being a great mom or anything. But like, as far as the way that I see that I explore different options with my kids versus how I've seen other people do it with their kids. Some of them kind of rival me. Some of them I feel have better techniques. Some of them I feel like they don't really give their kid that much freedom of exploration. And usually that has a lot to do with how they were raised themselves. I feel that my dad gave us that freedom of exploration, of understanding and questioning everything. My mom, not so much, but most of my heartfelt conversations and most of my, like, you know, thoughts, I feel have definitely been shaped by my dad. It's so weird. My family members tell me that I don't have any sympathy. I'm like, yes, sort of do, but I don't show it. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that maybe perhaps growing up you weren't allowed to show it. Because I know that with me, I was a crybaby. Like, I was seriously the most, like, you couldn't talk to me if you didn't have anything nice to say. And I didn't understand that it was a lot to do with empathy. And, like, if somebody was really mad, I was feeling that over here. And, like, if you didn't like me, I could feel it twice fold. And I was told that I could not cry. Like, I had to be strong, and that especially as a woman, and especially, a Hispanic woman, that I had no, I couldn't show my emotions because of the whole fact that I would be taken for like taken advantage of because of that. And I feel that I came to a point that I was wondering why. Like, all these emotions are so, like, remember, I'm Hispanic. We don't talk about depression. And I didn't really find any, like, I myself, because of the whole fact that we don't believe in doctors, I myself had to figure out and understand how my emotions work. And to this day, I'm able to tell when I'm about to go into a depression spell. And people who are close to me know, hey, if I come to you and I tell you this, like, I need you to kind of stop and get me out of there. Like, if you can handle it, get me out of there. But that's something that I had to show myself. Like, it's not something that I had to learn it because I was taught a different way, and I was thinking of that because of the way that I was taught. And it's kind of hard to find somebody that can is able to, like, exert themselves from that, like, from that spot. Yeah, true. Like, I don't know if you felt this, but like, straight out of high school, I felt this way because I feel like you crave structure, like, feel like I'm waiting for a manual. Because I don't know how your family structure was, but like, especially if they were so used to kind of dictating what you would do, the moment you're off on your own, you don't know how to take a hold of your own life at that point, because there's so much influence from your, like, parents there. My sisters are like that. Oh my god, yes, we don't talk about depression and boundaries, and apparently not acceptable. They're not. Just like many, like, we could go down the list. I think probably 9/11 just started to show made me not show my emotions because it was on school back then too. How old were you? Like, what's grade were you in? I know that I was in 4th grade, and I actually remember not really understanding what was going on, but I understand that it wasn't, like, it was everywhere. Like, looking back, I feel like they probably should not let us go to school because nobody even knew how to explain what was going on. Oh my god, yes. And now at 31, I know how to live my own life, and I get so depressed about it sometimes. Don't let that happen. One of the worst things that we can do, especially, I don't know what heritage or culture you were brought up in, Crystal, but you cannot let that happen, because one thing you need to understand is that you're not alone. You're not alone in this thinking, you're not alone in this part. And unfortunately, this is something that kind of like supersedes throughout every single culture that I have seen, is that our parents feel responsible about like for us until the age of 18, right? Or if you're in a Hispanic culture or anyone who thinks similarly, they feel responsible for you until you get married and you start having your kids and you start having your family. To this day, that's still a point of conversation. I'm pretty sure she fell asleep already, but like my sister and myself, we are 7 years apart. Okay, my brother, who's the eldest, he's 21 years older than me. Then comes my sister, who's 17 years older than me, and then my sister, who I'm the closest to, that is 7 years older than me. Um, she I sometimes feel like she definitely put her life on the back burner because of so many different things that happened when we were growing up. I was a little bit more free spirited and I was a little bit more set in my ways, unlike she was. And I feel that, especially because she took on the role of caretaker of my parents when they started kind of like going kind of like downwindling, she kind of felt the same way for a while. And I feel that the worst thing, because she has told me herself, the worst thing that you could do, especially when you start aging yourself, is you cannot think that way. You cannot think to yourself, oh my God, I am 31 and this person is doing this and I still haven't gotten a chance to just buy a car or something. You have to understand that different support systems, different ideologies is what fosters those types of independences. You know, if there's somebody, my ads, my ads, I gotta like fork up that cash. Um, Girl, I'm young, like super young, and having to learn a learning disability and development delay makes it 100 times worse. And I feel, and I bet you guys didn't really know you had a learning disability until you were older and you kind of found out on your own. Or in the case that I have seen before, is you guys knew that there was a learning disability, but because of your culture and your background, they didn't want to accept it. So therefore, they delayed the process of you being able to get the help that you needed. I was in middle school, I think. I was more worried about my grades than what was on the TV. My younger brother, he was crying because of 9/11, and my parents were pissed at the school. Oh, because they were showing it, huh? How old was he? Wait, is he older than you? Yeah. You have to understand that there's a lot of different factors that kind of like play into the personality that you have today or the accomplishments you have. Like, take for example somebody who was brought up in wealth all their life. They're always going to have a different mentality than somebody who basically struggled or saw their parents struggle in being able to pay that bill. You know, growing up, there were moments that my sister and I really thought that we were going to have to say goodbye to our house because, unfortunately, of how things were. My parents had a small business, but at the same time, I personally feel that my dad didn't know how to value his work because, as a minority, he didn't know how to put that self worth, you know? It was known and it was treated, but it's a lifelong forever thing. Only thing is that I never knew who's taking advantage of you. Oh, Do you feel like you come across a lot of people who take advantage of you? I know that we had that conversation the other day. That's kind of hard. At least you have the support though, because I have seen it happen before where um, disability is known, but the guilt, mother's guilt that maybe something happened while she was pregnant, she didn't want to admit that he had a problem, so therefore she didn't get that type of help that she needed, especially in relationships. You know who I mean. Yeah, I know. It's hard. Honestly, emotions are a very hard thing to talk about. Our mental states are hard to talk about. If so much, it's unfortunate. If I'm being honest with you, it's very unfortunate that we're trying to regress as a society of not putting too much thought into all these types of disabilities that one has, you know? All these types of mental illnesses that for the longest time have been ignored, and now that we are in a good spot that we're recognizing that sometimes you need that help to kind of get through. Some people needed to get through the day um, instead of resorting back to a vice or something, and to kind of see that support kind of go. And you know, we could amount it to society just having those moments where they want to say they care but then they don't. I think at the time he was in 6th grade. I think according to my family member. Yeah, I was in 4th grade when that happened. And I remember that we didn't quite know what was going on. We just knew that it was there. Some students knew what was going on, but even like that, I remember my teachers not being able to like really express themselves because they were pissed. And now as an adult and as a parent, I know that they were also pissed because it's like anything could happen and I'm not with my family type of thing. I don't know. I don't even know how we got down this rabbit hole. I guess that's what we do sometimes here, huh? I remember one time my ex best friend gave me, if you know what I mean, and when I used it, I felt like everything was clearer and crisper and everything finally made sense. I think I know what you mean. I don't really partake, so sometimes I don't know the nuances, but for the most part, I think I got your drift. Did you feel like you were trying like it was wrong though? I'm curious to know cuz if everything felt like crisper and clearer, that means that it actually helped you. But like sometimes I've met people that even though they have that clarity, they feel very guilty and they feel like they shouldn't be like partaking in any way, even though it gives them that clarity. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of figured. I saw a tree, but I was like, well, it's green. All right. But thanks you guys for letting me chat. I always appreciate you guys spending some time with me. I know that you could be anywhere else. We kind of had a full blown like conversation there. I think it was like half an hour of that. Yeah. And that's the sad part because unfortunately sometimes what you need is seen as very bad somewhere else. Like I don't partake, but I don't shun anybody who decides that they need that to like live life. Honestly, there are worse things if you want to talk scientifically, right? So to each his own. No, thank you for hearing. Of course, you know how to find me. You guys know if you ever need to talk or something. I I am very empathetic, like to the point that if you just need somebody to hear you out, whatever is going on, I am your venting tree. Let's just put it that way. I want to look into it, but medically. You should. You should if it makes you feel a little bit better, you should definitely like check it out. But like I said, I'm like halfway like starting to like close my eyes. I've been up since 6:30 today. My dog had Mercedes had a play date, but they had to drop him off at like 7 o'clock in the morning. So I was like anxiety ridden, and I didn't go to sleep until 3 o'clock. So I've only had like 3 hours of sleep right now, and it's gonna be another 3 a.m. morning for me. And my stomach is growling, so I gotta eat something. But stay tuned. I will let you guys know on social if I end up going live with Enzoy. I'm not sure if I will or not because I also have to pack. I have epilepsy and sometimes I don't talk very much. But TT helped me with my talking problems. It would always reread a line or a page that I'm trying to review on. Oh. Girl, I got questions for you if you want to chat one day. I've always wondered how that kind of works and like how that kind of how you basically live life knowing that you have that, cuz I feel like personally I would be terrified. Like I already have anxiety and panic attacks and depression, so I could only imagine like tacking on one more thing to that. But it's okay. That's why you surround yourself with people who understand. Like, that's one thing I do have to say about TT is that, like, you find your community there. You find people who understand you and who respect you. And if they don't, you know, if they don't feel the same you do or they don't catch your drift, you have a whole community there to support you. But that's why I'm like so glad that you guys joined me because I truly enjoy talking to you guys. And just so you know, anything that you guys want to talk about, I could always come on here and talk about it. But you know, it we all have our different struggles that we face. We all have our own inner dialogues, you know. So the only thing that I could definitely have to say is like you just gotta keep going, and you know when you need the help, reach out for that help. If you don't think it's right next to you, you'll find it. It's sometimes it's in the most unexpected places, you know. I am firsthand. I have seen that in my life that some of the help that I have had in my past definitely comes from places that I didn't even imagine. But there are different types of epilepsy. Oh yes. If you allow me to, I definitely would want to pick your brain. I love learning this type of stuff though. I feel like that kind of just grows my empathy and my respect for people. And also, you know, it's one of those things that some people might view things like this in a one way, and then but if you find the right person, they'll understand you and be able to kind of like help you through if all of a sudden you see something. I don't know. I what's it called? I would like to say I'm a know-it-all, but I just love to like literally know it all. Like, where can I help? What can I learn to expand my knowledge to be able to be like useful in the most random situation? I think I have to check on my kid. But anyways, I am going to stop here. And as always, as you could tell, my voice is starting to go. As always, I truly appreciate you guys because I know that you guys can be anywhere else, and especially you guys that came over here to this platform. Vanessa, if you need to chat about anything, look up Grand Mal Epilepsy. Okay, I'll check that out. Thank you, bestie. Of course, thank you guys for joining me, and I shall let you guys know for sure when I'll see you next. But I'll definitely be here same time, same day next week. I'm definitely working on that new build for my daughter. I'm hoping that by the end of this month, she'll have most of all the characters there. We'll see how much I get that done. I get distracted too easily, you guys. All right. You know, I send my love to you guys wherever you guys are, and have a wonderful night. I hope it's not as late for you as it is for me. But, you know, Anything, you know how to find me, and I shall talk to you guys soon. Bye.